Stop motion animation is the process where you have a model or a static object and you can move it a tiny little bit, take one frame of the film, move it again, take another frame of the film, and in doing so you build up your whole movie, your masterpiece, can-worthy obviously. Don't worry about how it all works. We'll provide all of the software, all of the hardware and all of the equipment you'll need. We'll bring modelling clay, we'll bring scenery, backdrops, paints, glue, all kinds of cutting tools and other things. But don't stop with the stuff that we bring you. Why not use your imagination? Go out and find stuff. You're only limited by your own imagination. ANIMATE is the kind of team building event that really gets people involved. I've been doing this kind of stuff for decades now, and I have genuinely never seen such a level of focus and engagement. Nobody likes being told to have fun, right? We don't need to tell them to have fun. We tell them they've got a job to do. We tell them that they've got to make a film and they've got a limited amount of time to do it in. The fun comes on its own. People turn into 5-year-olds before your very eyes. Genuinely. Who doesn't love rolling their sleeves up, getting a plastic apron on and getting down and dirty with the water-based paints? It's just brilliant. You see people spending hours and hours working on the finest details of their little models and their characters, trying to create just the right facial expression for the story they're trying to tell. They get themselves really involved. Whoever's on your team, there's going to be a job that suits them. We like everyone to play to their strengths on this kind of event. It's not about forcing people out of their comfort zone. It's about working together as a team to create the best results this group of people can bring to the table. There really is something for everybody. We've all seen it. Team building event, back of the room, there's always a couple of eye rollers. I promise you, I've never seen it with this event. Everybody just wants to get stuck in. The big comment we get, the big piece of criticism, if I may be so bold, I wish we had another hour. Come on, what's not to love about that? Time management is really key part of this process. So some people will be off making the models, some people will be painting the scenery, some people are going to be working on the storyboard and making sure they know exactly frame by frame, shot by shot what needs to happen in the film. At that point, I'll take the camera operators away and I'll introduce them to their iPads with the software on it that we're going to be using for the day. It's dead easy. If you can look at an iPad screen, if you can find the big red button and push it with your finger, you're going to be onto a winner with this one. It's ever so easy to operate. We've seen an incredible variety of backdrops and settings, environments and worlds even in the films that have been made over the time we've been doing this. You're really only limited by your own imagination. If you can dream it, you can make it happen with stop motion animation. You could want to set your story in, well, outer space. Or how about deep under the sea? It's really interesting, when people come up to me at the end of the day, you can see they might have started off a little bit nervous, a little bit, oh, is this going to be for me? But because there's really something for everyone, whatever type of personality you are, there's going to be a job on the team that suits you really well, something you can excel in. And I think as soon as people realise this, they relax and they just dig in and get going. When people come up to me at the end of the day, usually their eyes are shining. Usually people are so excited and on a buzz. Part of that is the adrenaline of having to get it done in the time, but mostly it's about the enjoyment that they've had of really working on something that they found fascinating and interesting. I find that fascinating too. Have a listen to what some of the people have said to us.
It was brilliant. So at first I was really nervous, thinking about the bunch of people that we've got coming in today, the type of events that they're usually used to, and whether they were going to get into this, and is this going to be something that people are going to enjoy? Is it going to be people like going off into different groups and not really enjoying it, rolling their eyes, all that kind of thing? Within minutes, the teams just transformed. People were just involved straight away, thinking about what they were creating, getting so into it. There was paint, there was people standing on chairs, there were people doing all sorts of kind of things. The energy was fantastic. Every time I looked around the room, people were just grinning, smiling, working together as teams. It was brilliant. And it's just carried on like that all throughout the day.
We've just watched, for the last 3 hours, cross-functional teams of TSK people come together in the most high-energy, vibrant, exciting environment to create 30-second movies. There's been giggles and laughs and everybody looking at each other's work, and we can't wait to go and have a watch of these animations this afternoon.
This is my absolute favourite part. This is where we splice together all the films created by your delegates, and we'll edit in title cards and credits and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdowns. It's just going to be like watching a real film premiere. If you've got the space for it, we can arrange to bring popcorn and red carpets, and there can be award ceremonies and all kinds of things. If you don't have any time for anything like that, we can just give you the films on a USB stick and you can show them to your teams whenever you like. However, the payoff for the big premiere is always, always massive. It's well worth going for. Watching people seeing the fruits of their efforts up on the big screen, it's mesmerising. There'll be a lot of laughter. Some things might not be quite as successful in the real film as they were imagining it as they were going along, but that all adds to the fun. There's no such thing as a failed film with this. Whatever they bring is their own success, and that's always delightful for me to see. I love watching people's faces as they see their colleagues as well, because they've all been so focused on what they've been doing, they haven't had a single moment to look around and see what anyone else is up to. Some of the films we've had have been so impressive that when we've watched them back in the editing process, we've literally been astonished and go, do you know what? I would never have thought to do that. And that's where this project really, really comes to life. Everyone brings their own skills to the table, everyone brings their own ingenuity and imagination, and the results can be absolutely spectacular.